Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of PKM Weekly, 1st of June, and there's been a lot going on in the past week, so let's get right into it. First up, Obsidian. So you've probably heard of Obsidian bases, and if you haven't, where have you been? But if you're looking to get an idea of what they are, how they can work, and what you can do with them, definitely do check this out from Nick. He goes through a great video just talking through the bases, what you can do with them, how you can customize your Obsidian with them, and some of the features around the bases plugin or the core plugin. So definitely do check this out because it gives a great insight in getting started with bases and much more intel into what they are. So do check that one out. So thank you, Nick, for that. On the Discord, there was an update from the team, and they basically said, thanks for the amazing feedback. We're working to keep bases as easy as possible to use, and many of you have been pushing bases to the limit as expected. So the next release will have breaking changes. The new syntax will make formulas and filters more expressive and powerful, but your basis files will need updating. So that's just something to keep in mind, that obviously as it's a brand new core plugin, there will be tweaks and things, but it sounds like it's going to be for the better in terms of better formulas and filters, and much more powerful. So we shall see what comes out of that. There is no release date for the update, but they just said keep in mind that it might have some breaking changes. So definitely worthwhile keeping in the back of your mind if you're setting up complex workflows with formulas and filters within bases, because there might be some changes that need to be done. So well done to the team on that one. And then this one I thought was quite interesting in terms of a showcase from OP. And they basically say, I've been using Obsidian for the past 10 months or so, and after various different changes, this is the setup that they've got and that they enjoy. So you can check out the full detail in the Reddit post here with some of the images of how they've set up their Obsidian graph and vault. So definitely worthwhile having a look into that if you want some inspiration and some ideas of how you can set up your Obsidian vault. And there is a video and there's more photos and things, and you can also get a copy of the vault and how you can set it up. So well done to OP for that, because it's a great insight into how they work. That was it from Obsidian. So now Logseq, they've had quite a big week. So the Feat DB merge is complete into the master branch. So it was about 2 years of commits, code, work from the devs, and they finally merged the two branches together. So that should mean that now we will see a desktop app, mobile app, better functionality across the board from Logseq. So well done to the team on that one. I'm sure that they're all breathing a sigh of relief that now that's out of the way. And the good thing is, just to keep in mind, is that you don't have to necessarily use the DB version. If you just want to use Markdown, you can. Once the app will, or once the desktop app will be released, yeah, you can still use it at test.logseq.com, obviously. But you will be able to choose if you want to use the DB graph and all of its features, or the MD version, which should have all of the updates and all of the fixes, or a lot of the fixes that have been implemented in the DB graph. They should propagate to the MD version, so you will still be able to use Markdown files within Logseq. So it's not one or the other. You can use both. Obviously not combined, so you can have a bit of DB and a bit of Markdown, but it's not exclusively database. And the testing timeline, I did see a post from Tiensen on Twitter. He says the plan is to start beta testing of the desktop version at the end of next month. That's the end of June, not July, I hope, because it was posted a couple of days ago. And we want to leave a week or two to collect user feedback, and then real-time collaboration and mobile version will be a little later after that. So it sounds like there's a little bit of a timeline, a little bit of a plan from the team. So hopefully we should see some great things coming out of Logseq. With that, now that the DB version is on its way out to being released, they have been also working on a new mobile app. I don't know exactly what it means in terms of is it going to be a completely new redesign, new features added to the mobile app, what it's going to entail, but there was this commit from Tiensen that he was looking to commit into the master, the Feat capacitor new, and with the title new mobile app. So we shall see what that entails, because I've heard quite a few comments that the mobile app is not great for the time being, so hopefully this is going to fix a lot of those issues and make things a lot easier to use. The flip side of all that, and after 2 years of work, there was quite a few comments of why people stick around with Logseq. And this one took my eye, was why do you still stick with Logseq? So it's kind of asking from various different users, why after a couple of years of nothing happening within the Logseq app, why do you still stick to it? This OP in this case migrated to Obsidian. It's basically just asking, there's no time log, there's no ETA, there's no discussion, there's no commitment, there's no communication from the team, so why do you stick to it? And just going through it, obviously you can go through it, it's quite a lot of comments, but there's a clear divide. A lot of the users say, I couldn't care less, Logseq as it is works for me, so why do I care? Keep it as it is. Other one was, I gave up and moved to XYZ app. Communication was a big driver, so the lack of communication from the Logseq team was one of the reasons why they moved away. And the third one is, I'm okay, I can live with it for the time being, and I'll hopefully see the light at the end of the tunnel once Logseq gets back up and running. And they push these commits. So this one was done before the DB branch was merged, but just gives you an idea of some of the criteria that people are using. So which one do you fall into? Couldn't care, gave up, or you're just going to battle through and hopefully see the light? Tana, they've got a Toronto meetup coming up for the 11th of June, so in 10 days or so time. So if you live around Toronto and are a fan of Tana, or even if you're not, do definitely check it out because there's quite a few people going and it should be a good meetup. So you can find the full details on a couple of links that I've posted here. And the Tana team has also published a changelog. So there is a lot of updates, but it's basically the Tana store that's now live. So you can browse and install the growing collection of official Tana templates, and then you can do that directly from the app. You can reset your primary workspace if you want to, and there's a new menu entry on the desktop app for check for updates. And there is a lot more in terms of the updates here that you can see. So things have been improved, things have been fixed, and there's also a little bit of information here. So definitely do check that out if you're interested in the latest updates from the Tana team. And then next up is Ev. She showed us why having individual subscriptions to various different AI models can be quite expensive, and a way around that is just using Tana on the basis that they've added all major AI models within it. And for $18 a month, you can save yourself $60+ a month because all of the models are in there. And this kind of goes hand in hand with all of the talks of AI models, tokens, apps, MCP, blah, blah, blah. So it's quite timely, and Ev just shows us how we can do it. So in the video that she provides, you can use Tana's AI chat with your favorite LLM model without having to copy and paste between the different apps, and she shows us how we can do that. We can convert existing custom GPT tweets and Claude projects. You can organize your AI chats, and you can build a complete AI-powered workspace. So well worthwhile checking out if you are a fan of AI, a fan of Tana. It's definitely something that may be worthwhile too. And next up was long form in Tana. So OP asked, do you use Tana for long form writing? Obviously Tana is set up at heart with an outliner base, so the bullet points. And basically understand that Tana is a great note-taking app, but for long form content, i.e. paragraphs, sections and things, the bullet points tend to get in the way. So if you were writing a blog post, for example, or a newsletter, would you use Tana or not? And a lot of the responses are that yes, it can be done. You kind of just have to put the bullet points to one side and ignore them while you're writing. But a lot of them do seem to say, especially Tana heavyweights such as RJ Nestor and Darren, they suggest write up the script, the notes, what you're planning to write up in Tana, and then move on to a dedicated long-form platform, Word, Ulysses, etc., different apps that you can actually use proper formatting and make your life a lot easier. So it's something to keep in mind of sometimes everything in the one tool may not be the simplest thing to do. You can of course battle through it, but sometimes just have a look around and see what else there is. And last up with Tana was I tried Tana and to boost my productivity. Here's how it went. So I know Luo, I believe. They tried Tana. She basically mentions she tried it for a while, and through 3 key things, daily tasks, healthy diet and fitness plans, and to create creative with content creation. She basically used Tana to see if it would be right for her. So definitely do check this out if you're thinking about Tana and if it might be the right setup for you. Next up, Capacities. They've got the latest update, 1.48.9, that was released about a week or so ago. Capacities has been working on the Android and iOS apps just to get these to as up to date as possible and squash all the bugs that are there. So lots of improvements. Bundle size of the app is reduced considerably, improved performance, escaped code blocks, added time zones, tapping the calendar. There is a lot there, and there is even more from the Capacities blog or updates. So you can see a number of improvements that have been made, a number of fixes that have been made, and basically they've been focusing on the mobile experience just to get that up to shape so that we can all benefit. So well done to the team on that one. And it's great just to see that developing as well. And then Beth and the Capacities team, they did a tour of the Capacities calendar. So if you're wondering, or if you're looking for inspiration of how you can use the Capacities calendar, definitely do check this video out, on the basis that the calendar or time is one of the fundamental pillars of Capacities. So it kind of is the root of everything within Capacities, or a critical part of it. So definitely worthwhile checking it out and seeing how the team sees it. Appflowy, we didn't have an update from them last couple of weeks, but now they've came up with a big update, version 0.9.3. So Appflowy AI workspace search, AI overviews, revamped search panel, custom prompts, and various different other things that have been done within the app. And what's coming up, you've got mention a person, so you can just @ someone within your documents and database, just to mention them. You've got Appflowy web, so with the ability to edit and the Kanban and grid. That's going to be this month, I hope. And then for the Pro plan, you've got new vaults and guest editing, so you can invite non-members to review and edit your content. So a big update from the team, and the good thing is they provide a great video just to go through each of these updates, so you can see from the video what exactly they mean and how you can make the most out of the recent updates. So well done to the Appflowy team. And on a similar one, Noteey, they've released version 1.23 with enhanced mind maps and cards and smarter workflows. So major updates to the mind map feature. Elements on the board has also been improved, and improved frame interactions. And as usual, what Noteey do is they do a great video of showcasing these updates, similar to what Appflowy just did. And you can go through and you can play around, and you can see here he's looking through the mind map update, so you can have a look into that one. So a big update, and if you're a big fan of mind maps, I would say definitely do check Noteey out, because there's a lot going for it. Another update was Octarine version 26.1, and in fact I did just see this morning that there was another update, but I couldn't put it in. So you've got Ask Octarine, that's been updated with various different keywords, LLM languages, just updated for that one as well. Migration incomplete tasks, increased font size, reduced the pie size to 16 for the tasks, etc. So lots of updates that have been implemented within Octarine. And as usual on this one, we can find a little bit more information on the Discord. So you can see here a bit of a brief demo of some of the features and some of the updates. And in fact, while we're here, let's just check out the latest update. So yesterday, Ask Octarine, you can now add explicit date ranges, you can refresh suggestion buttons, the writing assistant, so it's a lot of updates to the Ask Octarine, which is the inbuilt AI system. So lots of updates to the AI system within Octarine. So great stuff from Rajat, thank you for that. And in fact, what I'll do is I'll add a link to this one. Last week, as I was messing around on the computer, I came across Memotron. I hadn't come across this before, but it basically is your digital memory atlas that is powerful, insanely reliable, and surprisingly intuitive. So transform the way you learn, research, and create with Memotron. I have not signed up to it yet, but what caught my eye was really the demo video. So if you have time for about 5 minutes, you can even speed it up a little bit. If you go through it, you can see how they redefine PKM through different things like capture. So how they've improved the capture through voice, clippings and inputs, the mobile capture as well, the clippings and the curation of it. So, and then the retrieval, I believe, at the end, or the synthesis. So well worthwhile checking out. I am going to play around with it this week, I hope. So we shall see what comes out of it. And it is reasonably priced from memory. Online, offline and free forever, 0, so no login required or anything, so you can play around with it. $60 a year, 20 GB of storage, unlimited cloud sync, and email and community support. And then for 144, you get unlimited cloud sync, access to Nucleus, which is the web beta version of Memotron, I believe, 100 GB of storage, early access, priority support, and support our mission. So very reasonably priced, and one worthwhile checking out if you haven't already done so. And if you have, please do let me know what you think about it, because I'd be very interested to know. RemNote, they've done a little bit of a mobile design refresh, and they're asking questions of what people and what users think and what would be worthwhile for them. So it's just to make it simpler and more intuitive to use. So they've put together various different designs, so you can see it's a lot cleaner from what we were used to beforehand, a lot more intuitive, and should be a lot more snappier. So that's one of the great things of RemNote, is that they ask the community. So if you have a strong feeling about it, definitely do check out the Discord. And there should be a thread, I believe, or various different comments that you can see here. We're exploring the new designs of the RemNote, what feels good for you, what's unnecessary, what can we remove. And I think they're going down really the perplexity route of asking, do you want the perplexity home thing, or do you want something clean and intuitive to use? So well done to the team on that one. And last up, as usual, Thymer. So what they've presented is if you're interested in going back in time through your boards and databases, then check out the time machine. I like it. Nice play on words there from the team. So what you can do is, obviously you've got the Kanban board, and you can go back in time to see what the various different changes that you did at various different times. I think it's a great feature, rather than going back through, or when did I move this, what did I do? It just allows you, just as a snapshot, to just go back in time and see what was going on. So that is a great update. And then from this video, you can obviously see one of the main ones. I think this is the last one. Not yet. Let me go back one a little bit. So they were planning to send beta invites in Q2 of 2025. So they've got 30 days just to get that done. So hopefully that's going to come to fruition, and we will finally be able to use Thymer and play around with some of these great features. Although don't go back too far, because I believe at one point the send beta invites was meant to be for Q4 2024. So we'll just ignore that. And I think that was it there. So, no, I missed it. Anyway, it's in here somewhere. But that's it. So thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you next week. Thanks very much. Bye.